Hey everybody! Today, Rahdo runs down the walls of York, which is a bingo style game where 2 to 4 players are trying to design the layout for the walls of York as fast as possible. And the way it works is, first, everybody has to build their own game board such that it matches everybody else. Everybody gets 4 tiles, and you can see these little gems in the center that you use to make sure everybody's got the same layout. So, everybody has a purple tile, and I've got the black side up instead of the white side up, and the arrow's pointing north. And I've got the diamond is pointing south with the white side of this up instead of the black side. So everybody copies, everybody gets the exact same layout, and then we have to check the king's decree. We randomly put 3 dice here on top of this cool little dice tower the game comes with, a triple dice tower, and then we see what the king wants. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the king has decreed 4 churches, 1 well, and 4 merchant huts. All right, so that is what we have to build, and we're ready to go. And when I said right up front, this is a bingo game, what I meant by that is every round we're going to roll the die, and whatever the die produces, everybody gets access to that. It's like in bingo game, if somebody says G3, everybody gets G3. So here we go, and the first roll is everybody gets this layout of walls. 3 walls in total with a little bend on the side. Everybody sees what the die says, and then everybody takes 3 of these wall pieces and puts them wherever they want such that they match that configuration. You can mirror, you can flip, etc., etc. So I'm trying to do this such that eventually, as fast as possible, I will have a completely enclosed area of York with 4 churches, 1 well, and 4 merchant huts. So if I were to look, and I want to do this as quick as possible, let's see. So all the churches are pretty equidistant, but I could go for these 4, or these 4, or these 4, or these 4. But there's something else to consider as well. While I'm laying my walls out and trying to get the buildings the way the king has decreed, I'm also trying to make sure these caches of coins are within my walls also, because I'll collect them and every coin is worth a point. And I want to avoid having these barbarians inside my walls, because that means I'll have to take barbarian tokens at the end of the round, and whoever has the most barbarian tokens gets invaded and loses 5 coins. So that's something to bear in mind. So right off the bat, I might choose, let's see here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll go like this. I'll go bing, bing, bing. So I've already got a plan. Here's one of my churches. I'm going to try and get this church over here, and this church, and then either this one or this one. But between here and up there, you can see there's a bunch of barbarians. So what I kind of want to do is have my wall kind of thread the needle, come around like this, to include that, to avoid these 2 guys, and also come up around this way to avoid this one. So I'll have a very narrow thing. That's what I want to build. Let's see how well it works out. I roll again, and now we have to do the jigsaw, basically a diagonal. So will that work? It's not bad, actually. I could go like this, and then like this. Although that's kind of sad, because now I'm cutting off my access to those 2 coins. But remember, we're in a race. We're trying to get a completely enclosed area that fulfills the king's decree as fast as possible. Because as soon as somebody does that and said, I'm done with my walls, if everybody else isn't done and they're going to keep rolling, from that point on, every time we roll, since I'm not building any walls anymore, I ignore that half of the die and instead pay attention to this. If this were the roll, I would get 2 coins, i.e. 2 points. So the faster I can build while still getting and avoiding as much stuff as possible, the better it'll be. Because if I want to get this coin, I'd have to come up around and then come back down around here like this to avoid all those barbarians. Or I could say to heck with it. I'll just build straight up like this. It'll be much quicker, but then I'll get more barbarians, which means I might get invaded and lose a bunch of points. So hey, there was my second move. Let's see what my third move is. All right, so we got a little U shape there. Now, an interesting thing is, I do not have to extend off of what I've already done. Although in this case, I like the U shape. I'll go like this, and like this, and like this. And look at how beautiful that is. It is starting to come together. I've totally avoided both of those. I missed out on some coins, but that's okay. But you know what? If this wasn't perfect for me, or I didn't want to extend off of here, I could have put that U any place I wanted. I could have set up the U, say, over like this, because I'm planning on catching this one. Although actually that wouldn't make any sense, because I'm going to be stuck with that particular. So maybe I would have put it over here. Although then I'm throwing away that coin, but hey, if I go for that coin, then I got to come around this way. I mean, I could go like this and then plan later on to kind of catch all of this and get around like that. That would be a way to go too. Now, another thing, if the die comes up, you don't want to create what it does because it's just going to be a waste. Or maybe you're in a situation where you've got a hole. At some point you ended up doing like this and you've got just this single hole here. How are you going to fill that? Well, whenever the die rolls, instead of doing what it says, you can ignore what it says and just put a single wall down, which is perfect for patching up those little spaces that you need, but it means you're going very slow. Putting down only one piece instead of three means you're falling behind in the race to get your wall done as quickly as possible. So anyway, so let's say I've gone for that because this is my 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the ones I'm going for. I'm not going to go for that one. Let's keep rolling. And okay, oh, we got another one of these diagonals. All right, what will that do? Let's see, I need to get this over here. I could go, say, like that. And again, I'm throwing away coins. That's painful. But I'm also avoiding, and this means I've got 2 churches, and I'm planning on 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my other merchant house I'm going to get? That's 1, 2, 3. I need to get 4. There's this one way up here, which means I could kind of thread the needle between these guys and maybe pick up some coins. Or there's this one over here. But I've already kind of hurt myself because now, well, again, I could come up around like this and try to get that one. Oh, that's not looking good. Maybe I've made some terrible mistakes here. Let's see, another U shape. So what am I going to do? I can keep expanding off of what? Or I could go on ahead and say, hey, you know what? Let's just go on ahead and get this thing locked in. And ultimately, I'm going to want to come around like this. All right. And another diagonal. Okay. How is that going to play? 1, 2. Actually, it's interesting. I could go 1, 2, 3, and intend to get this. I was planning on coming over here, but heck with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I just want to come around like this. Or you know what? Maybe it's worth it to not sweat it too much. All right. Ooh, a straight line, just 2. All right. What's that going to do? Let's see here. What would be ideal? 1, 2. Well, I could go say like this. And like this, but that's painful. I'm throwing away these coins. I don't like that. But I'm kind of throwing away those coins anyway because of what I've done there. What the heck? Let's just go with it. Alrighty, and 3, a line of 3. That's pretty cool. All right, so what's going to be the best? See, if I've got this, 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 and this, I don't need to come over here, so I could start climbing down. But now I'm going to pick up this guy. Instead, I could go 1, 2. 3. Oh, but that's no good because then I can't, so 3 is not good there. Where is 3 going to be good for me? I'm already ignoring that one. So maybe I should just go on ahead and go 1, 2, 3. And because, I know one of them is this little L, that would let me connect there. So what the heck, let's go with that. I'm all over the place. Will this pay off? All right, there's just a little corner. So this is interesting. I could fix this. But now, at some point on a later turn, I'm going to have to pass on what it gives me just to fill in this little single space. But hey, then I've got the one well I need. I don't have to get this well. I could start coming around that way as an example. So I could go like that. Or I could go like this. But then once again, I have created a wasted space. I'm going to have to waste a turn. I'd much rather get this wait to fill in those with a triple. So if I don't do either of those, oh, well, you know what I could do? How about this? Just this. And this. Well, again, I've created another single space, and you want to avoid those because those are just going to slow you down as you keep going. And now, folks, I could keep rolling, but I think you've got the idea. I'm just going to keep on going, and eventually, depending on how many turns it takes, this is kind of what I was going for. And, it might get to the point where, I'm worried that somebody else is going to be done quicker than me. So I might say to heck with it. I'll go on ahead and absorb that barbarian there because it just makes more sense. Say at one point I got the triple that I was waiting for to come around this corner. Hey, that's great. And, yeah. And then, hey, my last little corner. And then eventually I say, here's that last corner we rolled. Boom, I'm done. It's complete. And interestingly, I haven't wasted anything at all. At some point I might have decided, I was going to go for this house over here. because I thought I needed it, but then I collected another house elsewhere. Now, when you're done, you clear off anything that doesn't contribute, whether it's interior or exterior. You clear them off so you've got your whole thing, and then you prove that it works. In this case, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 churches. I've got 1, 2 wells, which is more than I needed. No bonus for getting extras. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 merchant stalls. So I fulfilled the king's decree. And if I was quick, then other players are going to keep on building. And hey, while they're building, I'm just making money, y'all. And they keep on building, and you can see why they're desperate to stop building, because every round, I'm just making more and more money, which is just points straight up. They might think it's worth cutting across and pick up some barbarians. Now, eventually, everybody's going to be done, and you tally up how many coins you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 more coins. That's not bad. There's 10 and 2 back. But, as you can see, I also got 1, 2 barbarians. That wasn't great, but hey, I was in a hurry. Now, everybody determines who had the most barbarians. Whoever had the most gets invaded, which is going to be -5 coins at the end of the game, but their other barbarians leave with their spoils. And now that means we're going to play through a second age afterwards. There's exactly 2 ages. We roll these dice again, and we clear it out and start all over. And at the end of the game, whoever has the fewest total, because anybody who didn't get invaded, they ended up holding on to their barbarians. So now, I've already been invaded. Next round, I might do really well and stay low on barbarians, where other players are going to be more likely to have more. Whoever has the fewest barbarians at the end of the game gets a 3 bonus points, and whoever was invaded loses 5 points, and whoever has the most points, i.e. coins, wins Walls of York. And that is the rundown, folks. Clever, fun, fast-playing game, a perfect gateway, a great introduction to how bingo-style mechanisms don't just have to be G3 and punch a bunch of stuff, but there's actual real interesting thought. This is super fast, super fun, very easy to teach. I could totally play this with my 6 and my 7-year-old niece and nephew. I totally get it. I bet they'd have a blast. A great, great family game. For me and Jen, probably a little bit lighter. There are bingo style games out there that are heavier, that are more medium, more crunchy. That's probably what we look for. But again, great for families, super fun, super fast. And the toy factor, I mean, this game didn't have to come with this really cool little dice tower, but it did. How nice is that? And actually, it didn't have to be just a bunch of cubes or chits. Actually, cool little actual pieces. There's a sense of accomplishment once you've built your Walls of York. And that is the rundown, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.